Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, we are going to be doing another profile, and we're going to do this female. This is a picture I got from a person who sells reference photos on Gumroad called Rachel Bradley, I think is her name. She does a lot of great reference photos if you're ever looking for some. She has some free ones, and she also has some for purchase, but they're good photos. They're great photos. Okay, so starting with the head, get in the tilt of the head because it's tilted up, right? So got to try and capture that. Capture the angle of the neck. And maybe a little trickier slightly, looking at it from an angle, but all the same rules still apply with top of the head, bottom of the chin, and all that. So I think I've got it pretty much in place. Got the angle there. And, just decided to just draw it at an angle. I'm just more used to the proportions this way. It's a little easier for me to see. So turning your paper is never a problem, right? You can always turn your paper to get the line that works best for you, and definitely worked best for me. So I just want to check and see if the eyes are pretty much in the middle, or I have my midline correct. And I believe I do. Okay. So looking for the depth of her eye socket, and how far it is from that bridge of the nose right there. Just getting kind of general markers here. Looking for the angle of the nose. And then how, pencil fumble, and then how far down the bottom of the nose is, so I'm looking for that mark, that halfway mark kind of thing, right? Halfway between the eye and the chin. And seeing if I get that angle correctly. She's got a nice little straight nose with a nice little curve on the bottom to go into the top lip. Okay, looking at the upper lip, and there's not a lot of space between the bottom of her nose and her upper lip. Kind of short upper lip there. And she has a big lower lip. And it looks a little bit like it kind of protrudes out from even her top lip, right? Usually the bottom lip is a little bit set back, but hers looks about even. And that's a tricky thing about looking at an angle, is it's a little harder to judge those things. Maybe, looking at an angle, maybe it is not quite as far forward as I was thinking. It might just be the optical illusion of the tilt of the head, I think. I don't even know if that's an optical illusion. Illusion. Let's just call that an illusion. Okay, her mouth is slightly open, trying to kind of capture that a little bit. Then we've got the chin. And wrapping right around back to the jaw and up towards her ear. All right, I got to move her neck forward a little bit. I could see, as I drew the jaw, I could see it was too far back. There wasn't enough room for the neck. Okay, looking at her mouth crease there. All right, back up to the eye. And she's kind of looking straight, right? But when she tilts her head back, it looks like the eye is closed. So definitely want to draw that upper eyelid kind of a little bit closed. And then we got lashes there. I don't think I drew it three-dimensional enough. Let's try that again. This way I can bring the lashes and the top eyelid like a little out, right? And I can put the eyeball back a little bit from that, give it a little bit of three-dimensionality. All right, here is the upper eyelid. All right, I think it looks all right. Okay, let's get back to the profile a little bit here. Got the little bridge of the nose. I think it might be a little more like this. Then I'm going to go kind of more straight up to get to her forehead. I want to get this angle right, though. There we go. Maybe that looks a little too protruded, but no, that's fine. Okay, that's going to round out as we get to the top of the head. Let's place her eyebrow. It's got like a nice little arch. Not too, just kind of slight, nice arch. Nothing too pointy or anything. I think I drew it a little pointier than it actually is. But I kind of am happy with it. All right, let's try and round it out maybe a little bit. Okay. So looking at the ear, where I would place the ear, looking for, well, you know what? Let's see here. If I just turn it sideways, because I didn't even really finish the nostril. So let's put this in place. All right, here's a little breathing hole that we can see, the one we can see. And then let's get the crease on the side. I don't like the way that looked. Let me try and get a little more, give it a little more of a angle. Okay, ear, jaw. Make a line straight from there, from the top of the eye, and you know what? It just helps to turn it and make it like more straight on. Let's see, okay, somewhere right around here, that bottom quadrant of the head. Okay, I think I got it in place. A little too many lines though. And let's get the little details here. So I got the curl up top, the little knob, the notch. That curl goes inside right before the little knob. And then we have that notch going up and turn it into my sideways kind of bump thing. Okay, so I want a little separation from the jaw and the ear. All right, I think I can place some hair here. Make sure it is looking like her. And I never can really tell unless I place the hair. Okay, I want to get the shape here. Then it kind of goes down, right? Like she has it a little bit longer in the back. Kind of squares off up top. I got this little flip up in the front, creating those locks on the side there. Okay, yeah, that's close to the shape. Maybe round out the top slightly. I squared it off too much. Let's get rid of some of these extra lines here. A little earring there. Okay. Well, I think it's time to go ahead and get my dark pencil lines in. And I'll start with her eye. I want to get that nice curve, so I turn it to the angle my hand likes, which is all the way around. Get the lashes, a little curl up. Yeah, then kind of almost looks just like one thick line there. And now that I'm looking at this and narrating this back after I've done it, I can see, I think her angle, the angle of lashes is actually down more, right? It goes down, but you know, it still came across like lashes. And I forgot to erase and knock everything back. So there it is. Done in a quick little dissolve cut. Okay, so here we go. Let's go with our eyebrow. All right, I should finish off the eye here. Paper slipped down. Usually it stays pretty in place on this slight angled table I have. But it moves once in a while, you know, of its own volition. Okay, I want to get the eye to look round, especially for the profile. So it doesn't look flat. So get a little bit of a round thing there, and then trying to come around with the bottom lid. So it just has a little feeling of being like circular in there, you know? Then let's get the iris and pupil placed in there. It's really dark, so hard to distinguish one from the other with the slightly opened eye. A little bit of lashes down on the bottom as well. Okay, back to her forehead. And I want to get that shape there with the brow kind of sticking out slightly instead of a straight line. So the brow comes out, rounds out a little bit. And then you got like a little dip and then kind of back up to the where it's going to curve around the top of the skull. And then her nose, get that nice little angle, but even her straight nose is a slight little kind of a difference, right? From like the tip and then the middle part. Just a little bit of like kind of a bump there. And coming around the tip and going into the bottom lip. Now we've got the nostril here. With the crease. Something looks funky about that nostril to me, that the nasal hole. I think I darkened the wrong spot. Bottom of the nose, right into a little curve for that top lip. And into the mouth. Hard to see with my hand in the way. But getting that little, I don't know how to call it, a little bow kind of curve, right? From the, obviously it's only half a bow, if we can kind of see from this angle. But for the top lip, how it kind of bows, right? It goes thicker and then it kind of rounds out. All right, trying to get the inside a little bit to show there. So it looks a little bit open and it also looks a little bit round, right? If I want to get a round kind of look to the mouth too. And then the bottom lip. So less of a bow on the bottom lip here. A little crease there. Oh, I love drawing the little creases in the corners. Just makes the people look happy. Like they have a little bit of flesh, you know, on the cheek. got her lip. Let's see. All right, add a little bit of value in there, maybe a little darker in the inside. And also towards the bottom, right, as the light is mainly on that, not inside in the bottom, the in-between part. What do you call that? It's not really the top because it's round. The rounded part not on the bottom and not on the inside. Okay, right into the chin here. Okay, then to the jaw. Curves up here towards the ear. Put a little value there as it kind of rounds out. Then her neck. Slight little bump there on her neck. All right, if I'm going to throw a little value there, I might as well toss a little bit over on the cheekbone. But let's get rid of a little of that blue line still. Just add a little bit there on the cheekbone. Again, I'm not really highly rendering anything here. Just getting a little something to help it have form. Right under the nose. Again, there's not a lot of shadow under the nose like in the real photo, but it helps define my shapes for my drawing. So I'm, doing what I think makes it look better, I guess, rather than what's, really accurate. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Here is the ear. And get all those parts in there. Get the curled part. Get my little knob to the notch. And come up around into that bump. Darken it up a little bit. And that deepest part, the ear cavity is. Oral cavity, I don't even know the real names for the parts of the ear here. All right, but we got that bump here. Very slight on her. Just kind of a hint of the bump. And get that little pearl there. Little earring pearl. Make that a little darker now that I've got some value going everywhere else. It doesn't look so dark. Add a little bit more. I want to get a little difference here in the side of the nose from the rest of the face. All right, time for hair, I think. Okay, let's try to get the shape here, get those locks up top. The flow of the hair on the sides, right? It's kind of like flow, I think like flow lines is what I think of them as. Get these little locks kind of overlapping each other and trying to get the direction that the hair is going. Like up top here, it's kind of going around and curving. And it kind of changes pretty suddenly here from like going up and around to these lines going a different direction. Okay, once I have my locks, you can add some value and some details here. But it's pretty dark underneath there. And again, I like to add value, right? Hair is a great place to add value to your drawing. Even if it's just a sketch, all that value makes it feel more complete. It's almost like I'm darkening most of the parts and then just leaving some light for the details, so I can, kind of like draw details with the white of the paper, Okay, we got that lock kind of in place at least. Now we got the rest of the hair. This is the short hair is always a little harder for me. Not harder. I mean, it just takes more time, I think, because you have to deal with more locks, kind of in going different directions. But it's fine. It just requires a little more paying attention, I guess. All right, then we got the bottom here. Okay, it's pretty dark in the back here. So I can use that for a nice little chunk of value. I kind of see some more on the side here, right behind the ear. It gets dark. Leave some little bit of light spots there. Change it up. And I mean, it doesn't take much to insinuate, hair, and all the little strands and all the stuff that we just kind of fill in with our mind, I think, because we know it's there. We just kind of, put some value on there, leave some spots light, and then I can kind of feel like that texture is all hair. There's a little dark spot right there under that lock. Okay, let's see. Let's go a little more with these round ones here. I'm trying to get the dark parts, kind of these little dark sections. Again, just getting enough in there for me to believe it's hair. That's kind of what I'm after here. If I'm keeping my lines kind of in the direction of the flow lines and getting some of those locks, it kind of pulls it off, right? And this is all, I just want that all to be like a dark value in the back there almost. All right, some more spots here, just getting those little curves, those curved locks. Okay, going behind the ear here. And then, you know what? I'm just missing the top, really. All right, a lot of craziness going on up here. Let's just kind of try and capture that a bit here. A few different locks going in different directions. Throw a few stray lines there in the back. I think we captured most of it, at least. I want to make sure I have that profile right. I like it. It's a pretty profile. Okay, let's see how it connects to the forehead a little bit. Maybe it needs to be a little darker right there. A little more precise. Just right under there. Make it a little darker, more of a clear differentiation, I guess, instead of like a fade from softer lines. All right. I think it looks like hair, though. Okay. Captures what she had going on a little bit. Well, there we are. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope you guys got a fun drawing yourself. See you next time.